over the years. I am non-contact with Kawitchii anymore, okay? Kawitchii and I are not only no longer business partners, we are sadly no longer friends. And this is her doing, not me. She turned out to be the kind of person who, once she got hitched to a man, attached herself to a man, her whole personality changed. Now she just lives for her man. Some people are like that, unfortunately. Like, you think you know them, and then once they find that relationship that's so magical, turn a 180 and decide they're better than you. And I find this kind of a crock, considering this is the same woman who, when her older sister briefly lived with her, would upcharge NSFW commissions because her excuse was her sister would, like, tease her and make fun of her for drawing NSFW art. Like, yeah. And it kind of stinks is before she and I, like, worked together and did stuff for the channel, we were friends before then. Like, I've met her family. Like, I've met her parents. I met her siblings. I've been to the house she, like, grew up in. Yeah, we were, like, friends. Like, we used to, like, do goofy cosplay together and such. But as I say, as you grow older, you tend to know people better, and not every friendship, sadly, is meant to last forever. People change over time. I just hate it when people change because they get hitched with a man. Because I know when I got hitched with my man, my personality didn't change much at all. Yeah, exactly, exactly. She's trying to be one of those kind of people. Like she tried to convince me to ditch another best friend of mine who was a best friend of mine for close to a decade, who I got to know very, very, very well because of a mistake he made in 2020. And by mistake, I mean a brief chat conversation on a sketchy website that he knew was sketchy, but he was off his meds, severe depression, bad place. I'm sure some of y'all can relate. And it turned out to be a cop trying to bait him in a Chris Hansen kind of way. And because he's a very shy, nerdy, super duper 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 awkward guy, he wasn't sure how to talk to this person and got in a little bit of trouble. And just because he got in a little bit of trouble, he tried to convince me to not be his friend anymore. And I know for a fact he's not the kind of person Chris Hansen would go for, because I know him for so long. I know his inclinations when it comes to that sort of thing, and it does not align with Chris Hansen's targets. He literally just got caught up in something he shouldn't have, and just got in a little bit of trouble over it, all because, like, literally a cop tried to trap him. And this is the same girl who knew her ex-boyfriend was frequently talking to minors, like teenagers, when he was a full-blown grown adult, over mid-20s, for years. Yeah, she was this guy for years, knowing he was up to stuff like that online. But no, no, no. My friend made a legit mistake when he was in a bad place on a bad website, and he's a devil, and I can't be his friend anymore. I can legit say it was a mistake. It was one several line conversation where he realized, like, he was getting in too deep, something didn't feel right, and ended it. Like, that is a legit mistake. It's not like, went back and, kept, had something going for months to years on end. Because, yeah, you keep something going on for months, years on end. That is not a mistake. That is a choice. For example, hitting up someone or more than one someone well over 10 years younger than you when you are in your 30s and already have a partner and kids. And you keep that going on for months and months and months and months till a year passes. Months, 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 months. Yeah, that's not a mistake. That is a choice. Yeah, basically, my friend had his life destroyed because, made a mistake, got caught up with the cop, setting up trap, and yeah. And I got told I shouldn't be friends with him anymore. People are just hard to describe. Hello.